Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Female Founder Startup Challenge. I'm very, very excited to see 8 amazing female founders coming on stage today to pitch in front of our wonderful judges. Renee, Elliot, co-founder of Planet Organic and Beluga Bean, Orson Stadler, senior associate at Mustaseed, Aaron Gelbar, CEO of Bloom & Wild, and Maria Budkovic, co-founder of Women of Wearable. Together, they'll decide on the winner, who will not only get a 6-month subscription of flower deliveries by Bloom & Wild, thank you, Aaron, but also access to a 1-year mentoring program at Beluga Bean, led by Renee Elliot, co-founder of Planet Organic, who will come on stage in a minute. I also would like to thank you, our wonderful community partners, for supporting this wonderful initiative. Blooming Founders, Developer, Aiders List, and Forward Ladies. And now, please welcome to the stage Renee Elliot.
I'm the founder of Planet Organic. Who's been to Planet Organic? Hands up, yay, woo, whoop, whoop. So, started Planet 22 years ago, and I've been on that journey for a long time as a pioneering entrepreneur in a field dominated by the big boys. Quite a journey I went on. And then, as I had children and sort of stepped away from the business a bit and met my perfect business partner, Sam Wiggin, we launched our second company, which is Beluga Bean, which is a life and business skills academy for women. And the first course that we've launched is Launch, which is what we're really here about today. It's taking women on an entrepreneurial journey, either from a startup concept, new idea, or product idea to launch, or an existing business that you want to relaunch or re-strategize, or a business where you're just looking to shake things up. So we are always on the lookout for entrepreneurial women who want to take that journey of launching and relaunching in a group of other women, where you have circles of support as well as the very serious business planning, that it's more of a journey of self-discovery and play and enjoyment as well. So on this journey, we've been doing lots of public speaking this year to try and find women, because I know where to find my customers at Planet. I just go down into the shop floor. But looking for women for launch is a little bit different. So we found Unbound and this conference, and we thought, oh, good, lots of women. And they were saying we need more women in tech. So we thought this could be a great opportunity for us. But tech isn't really my area of expertise, although we have some tech women on our first launch, which started in May. And when we were looking at the program and deciding if we should be involved, it was called the Female Founders Startup Battle. And I thought, ooh, I don't think women really go into battle. And I'm not coming from that perspective of, we're going to fight it out, girls. You know, it's more about collaboration, conversation, community, and all of that. So we said we'd really like to be involved, but not really keen on the battle word. So they've changed it to the Startup Challenge, which is great, because it is a challenge. And in life, there are challenges. And when we looked at this and this opportunity, and even trying to get them to change the name, what I did at Planet Organic when I launched that company was looking for a better way. It's looking to do things better, differently, not in a conventional way, questioning the norm, seeing, you know, there's got to be something better than the crap that most of the supermarkets are selling. And in the work that we're doing now in Launch, it's finding a better way, a different way, that's more of a whole person process, taking women on an entrepreneurial journey. So enough about me. We're going to see these amazing, we've had about, I don't know, 60 applications for this, and we've sorted them down into 8 finalists. They're now going to come up on stage. We're going to look at them one by one. They're going to do a little pitch. We're going to have 10 minutes, as we have 4 judges today. We're going to look them over. We've got scoring cards, and then we're going to announce one winner who will have a place on our September launch intake. So thank you very much. Help us out with this.
I do. Thank you so much, Renee, and thank you to the panel for giving me the opportunity today. So I know I've got 3 minutes, so I'm going to crack on with this. So just to give you a bit of a background for me, I'll start at the beginning. Come on, clicker. Can I go back to the beginning, people? Okay, so I have had a varied year in the charity, music, and travel sectors, but for the last 15 years, I worked in the investment industry, where I helped scale that business from $40 billion in assets under management in 6 countries to over $400 billion in 30 countries in 10 years. But really, this was the real me, a workaholic with a passion for continual learning and dogs, an entrepreneur from a very young age. I had the best paid job at school, and by 18, I was managing a portfolio of $5 million for a global custodian bank. But at the age of 24, I became a single parent, and this gave me even more drive to be successful and create a better world for us both. Having a successful career and being a single parent was really important to me. But my corporate life was really turning me into this. So I decided to quit my well-paid corporate job and use my entrepreneurial skills to set up Sustainably, which is a new way of living and giving, with my amazing, now 21-year-old daughter, Aishal, to use my passion for scaling business and combine with her background in ethical retail, and do something really good. So roundups from Sustainably makes it really easy for you to give to your favorite charities by rounding up your spare change every time you shop. So every time you buy your morning coffee, you could save a child, protect the rainforest, or do something really good in your local community. Simply connect your card and choose your charity, and then every time you use your card or connected device, you're doing something good. With Sustainably, you get to make an impact through microdonations with complete privacy, transparency, and control. So no more unwanted communication or hassle from charities, and you can pause it or change it every time, whenever you want, and track your impact in our app. So our real-time CSR platform for businesses enables you to match donate with your customers and employees to causes they care about, localizing and personalizing your CSR and increasing its relevance and visibility. We want to connect with innovative brands who want to increase their brand value, and investors who are interested in a fintech for social good product that can scale. Now's an ideal time to partner with Sustainably, with an increasing global market for philanthropy and ethical consumerism, as well as new legislation in open banking, CSR, and data. We built our beta on Monzo Bank, and we're launching on Starling Bank in the next couple of months, and scaling to all banks in the UK, so this will be a mainstream product. We've got a UNICEF ambassador on our board and the founder of a unicorn. And we are just really wanting to connect with you all today. Come chat to us, come give us your feedback, and let's speak about how we can all change the world every time we shop. Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions from the jury?
Yeah, I can go first.
Go, Aaron.
Not 100% sure how you'll make money. Will you make money from the corporate partners who? Can you explain that a bit more?
So it's basically a subscription model for businesses, and there is a percentage fee on donations. So it's a similar model on the donation side to the Just Giving model. It's a 5% fee on donations. So for every £1 donated, with gift aid added, is £1.25 minus our 5% fee, which is 6 pence. So, but the plan overall is that if we can get enough traction on the corporate side, we'll revisit the business model and look at the subscription model for businesses as the core method of scaling, and remove the fee on the donations. But there won't be any fee on donations from the corporate side. It will just be the subscription fee. So it's really kind of a flexible business model at the moment whilst we launch. So we have just recently launched our beta.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm the CEO of Koru Kids. I'm the former CEO of drtom.com, which is the world's largest online doctor service, which I built to 1.3 million patients in 3 countries. And while I was in that role, I had a baby, my first baby, and that's her right there. And I realized something, and that's that childcare is broken. When I went back to work after having my baby, I realized that it was very hard to find childcare. Quality was very patchy, and it was incredibly expensive. And talking to my friends, I found that they all had exactly the same experience. And so I quit my job, and I decided to found Koru Kids to start solving these problems. So what we're doing first is we're bringing down the cost of having a nanny. So it works like this. If you imagine two families who live pretty close to each other, they've each got a toddler, let's say. They could each get their own nanny, but that would cost them an average of £37,000 for full-time per year. That comes out of your post-tax salary, remember, very expensive. Or they could come to Koru Kids, we could match them up. They could have one nanny look after both children at once. They could save a third on the cost of their nanny. The nanny would get paid 25% more. The kids would have someone to play with, and we would take a commission out of the whole thing. And part of our ongoing service is that we do the payments, the payroll, the back office, the contracts, to make it all really seamless. So that's the product. We launched in January. We got 1,000 families to sign up before we even launched. That was the amount of consumer demand for this idea. And we're now live, and we have happy customers. This is one of the shares that we organized. These are real people. This is a nanny that we brought together with these two gorgeous girls. And we've got some really amazing, I think, heartwarming for me, customer feedback. So since the launch, we've now scaled to almost 3,000 families in the network, just looking at London at the moment. So thinking about childcare more broadly, this is a pretty exciting idea for sharing nannies. But what I want Koru Kids to be is even more than this. When you look at childcare as a market, it's one of the last undisrupted markets. Technology has fundamentally changed almost every other aspect of our lives, and yet childcare is really unreformed. And when you look down here, you can see some household names of brands. Our ambition is that Koru Kids, where that blank space is, next to the £10 billion market that is childcare, that's going to be Koru Kids. We raised £600,000 in January from two large VCs, from the co-founder of Gumtree, from 3 VC partners who are investing personally, and also the co-founders of EF, who also invested personally. We're very, very happy and proud of our investor base. So this is us. Our vision is that we will be the world's best childcare service, bar none.
Well done, brilliant idea. Briefly, who are your competitors? Because I somehow think that I heard about this idea so many times already, so there's obviously a gap in the market, but I think there are probably some competitors.
We didn't invent the idea of nanny share. It's something that people have been doing for a while, but they have to do it themselves. And you see people advertising for nanny share all over the place. They try to find them on Gumtree, for example, which is almost guaranteed not to work. Sometimes they might find them through an NCT or a personal connection accidentally. So this does actually go on. There are parts of what we do that have lots of competitors. So, for example, we offer a payroll service. Well, there are lots of payroll services out there. We help you find a nanny. Well, there's lots of nanny agencies. But what no one does is bring it together. And for me, one of the key insights as a working parent myself is that working parents are exhausted, and they're stressed, and they're tired, and the last thing they need to be doing at 10:30 at night is Googling what's the best payroll system. They just want something that offers them a complete service, and that's what we do. To answer your question, I think our closest competitor is actually nurseries. So when I think of who we're trying to convince not to do what they're already doing, it's send your kid to nursery.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please raise your hand if you bought a car before. Keep your hand up if you really enjoy the experience of buying a car. I can feel your hands there. This is interesting and actually resembles our market research, which shows that women are much less likely to enjoy the car buying experience. The bottom line, women don't like buying cars because there's a lack of trust, there's no price transparency, and women feel that they're not taken seriously. The hard fact is 9 out of 10 women would not go to a dealership without a male companion. And that is shocking, especially in this day and age. But where there is a problem, there is always an opportunity. 3.6 million cars are sold to women each year. Women are the fastest growing segment, and they are more likely to buy cars online. In fact, there are over 300,000 women looking to buy a car right now, which means there's massive opportunity if we get this right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ole, and I'm the founder of I Want a Car, the car shopping app for women. We created I Want a Car to make the car buying experience more enjoyable for women. We want to make it easy and fun to find the car that you want. A simple price indicator to tell you whether it's a good deal or a bad deal. Honest reviews from other women, and we want to build trust and communities. Here's what we achieved to date. We have over 10,000 happy customers, and the feedback that we have has been amazing. We also have 215,000 cars on the platform, and we see that our users are much more engaged on the app, more than competitors. We have 400,000 car views and over 4,000 inquiries to the dealers. But what about the competition? The good news is we are unique in the market. We offer something very different from our competitors. For example, we're building communities, and we are female-friendly. This table illustrates that there's clearly a gap in the market. But how do we make money? We get commission when you sell your car or take on an insurance or finance. We don't rely on advertising revenue from the dealers like our competitors. This means that we can focus on what buyers want. What are we looking for? A £100,000 investment and potential advisor to take us to the next level. And here we have a happy customer. I Want a Car. We make car buying easy, fun, and stress-free. Thank you.
Hey.
Hello.
Thanks so much. What is it that makes you think that this can only be for women? Because those were all points that, like, if I'm buying a car, I would also like. Why are you targeting just women on this?
Could we feel that we can't be something for everyone, and the female market is the one that we're passionate with, because we feel that they are in need of a new solution, because they're not happy with whatever the market is offering at the moment. Like, for example, Auto Trader are really male-friendly, and they don't take into account how women buy cars, which is totally different from men.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So we founded Sweat and Sound. But before I tell you too much about exactly what we do, I'd like to explain our ethos a little. So we create real-life intrigue in a world overloaded with information. In a city where you have so much at your fingertips you can do, we crave real experiences, real connections, and something a bit spontaneous as well. So what is it you look for when you go to festivals, to music events, to gigs, to arts, and even exhibitions like this? We all look for something a little bit different, something that's going to take us out of our comfort zone and help us heighten our senses, something that increases your endorphin levels. It's that feeling that we recreate with our events, and creating this is what makes us different. So we create immersive fitness experiences combined with perfectly tuned live music. So music and fitness are the two things that are guaranteed to increase your endorphin levels. And that's science, not just opinion. We choose fitness instructors and musicians from all over the UK who we believe are some of the most passionate, most full of life, the kind of instructors and musicians that help you completely lose your sense of reality. It's these people that we work with and we establish a strong relationship with. And we create these events in secret locations all over London to make the whole event experience a little piece of magic. So this was actually inspired by one of our favorite companies of all time, So Far Sounds. creating an event that's in a secret location, so you receive a text with the location the day before. You're part of a secret community that turns up for something that you feel is your city's hidden gem. It's that feeling of sort of childlike satisfaction you get when you're kind of in on a local secret. That's what we're creating.
And here, guys, is a sneak peek of our previous event. This was called the Tribal Warrior Workout. We collaborated with our partners, our nutritional startups, our instructors and live musicians from a really, really early stage to ensure that they were part of our planning process. Our ethos and values, we want our partners to also emulate in terms of positivity and inclusivity, as well as making people feel amazing.
Each of our events incorporates a different theme. This event in particular was an immersive warrior theme workout, but we've partnered with various brands to provide spin classes, yoga classes, HIIT training, you name it, and each are in different locations all over London, so each experience is slightly different.
Our next event is actually at Love Fit Festival, which is the UK's first boutique and music fitness festival. We'll be performing there as part of Sweat and Sound to incorporate 3 secret workouts that none of the public besides our subscribers know about.
So our business model is highly flexible, and so we can basically respond to trends at rocket speed. So our business model is highly flexible. We've done various validation exercises to make sure that this is something the market actually wants and that we are different. So just an example, our Instagram following in less than 2 months increased by 2,000, and we get loads and loads of engagements. Every single day, we get emails from people asking to partner with us on our upcoming events, asking when our next event is. So we know this is something that people are excited about and they want to be part of. We are looking to incorporate various tech elements in the next year. So AR, VR, sound manipulation, and sensory installations are all elements that we want to include in our events to enhance the immersive experience. We've also identified a number of markets around the world that we believe will be really interested in the type of event that we have to offer. And we're planning to expand and test out these markets in the next year. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Questions? Any question from the jury? Awesome.
Guys, it looks super cool. I guess my question would be, how do you scale this? Like, you were talking about all these markets, you were talking about wanting to do more events. What is your template, and how do you roll that out?
Okay, so our template at the moment is we're building this brand, and we're building a brand of people who are really interested in the type of experience we offer. We see our model very similar to Secret Cinema Club in a way that we want to do events bigger and bigger, and we really want to focus on the type of consumer that is really interested in a unique fitness event like this. So we're starting off with very small events like the one you just saw, and making sure we expand those steadily to reach something the size of the current Secret Cinema Club. That is what we plan for the future.
Thank you very much.
Hi. Our goal at Rhythm 108 is simple. We want to become the trusted brand for families and individuals looking for indulgent snacks, but made with nourishing ingredients. So I guess the question is, why do we want to do this? Well, for 2 reasons mainly. Firstly, over the last 100 years, an average diet has turned into more than 2/3 of soy, corn, and wheat, and variety has diminished a lot. The second reason is that sugar consumption has grown to about 70 kilograms per person per year, up from 10 kilograms just 100 years ago, 150 years ago. As a result, a lot of us are feeling the impact of this diet. A lot of us are feeling, lower productivity and, physical illness as a result of this. And I think at Rhythm 108, we want to be a part of the solution. So, as yogi pâtissiers, we use our creativity and our know-how to recreate your favorite treats, but with nutritious ingredients like nuts, whole grains, and real fruit. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. On your right, you will see a regular biscuit. That's made with refined flour, butter, and about 40% sugar. On the left, you'll see our reinvented biscuit, and that's made with whole grain oat flour, almond flour, coconut oil, and just 17% coconut flour sugar. If you're an average consumer of biscuits, that will save you 6 kilograms of sugar every year. So, and this innovation capability is what makes our brand unique. So where has this capability led us? So we started a few years ago as a hobby in a local market stand. And today, at the end of this year, you'll be able to find our products in over 3,000 retail locations. We want to use this momentum to continue to grow organically, and then use that to acquire like-minded companies. And we want to become the food conglomerate of the 21st century, where trust and mindfulness are at the forefront of what we do. We believe we can get there. Early results have been really, really promising. We have a very high repurchase rate, our sales are growing, and we have a really, really full sales pipeline in advanced negotiations for 2018. So we want to be a part of the solution in today's fast-moving world. Help us bring back the authenticity we all grew up with to the new urban life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, did you say they are organic?
Yes, everything's certified organic.
And are you doing things like soaking the nuts and seeds, or are they just everything's organic? Is that your point of difference, as well as whole grain?
So our point of difference is our ingredients. Not all products have soaked ingredients. Everything's certified organic, everything's gluten-free, and everything's made with whole and healthy ingredients. A lot of our ranges are dairy-free as well. But our main focus is indulgence first and taste first as well.
Can you just give us basic financials, year 1, year 2?
In terms of sales numbers? So this year we will close at about £1 million, and next year we have already a pipeline to get us to about $3.5 million.
Thank you, Sidi.
Hello, I'm Louise. I'm the CEO and founder of PlanSnap. So, I want you to think for a moment about all the things that you can do in 2 taps. Get a car, a hotel, decision paralysis from all the films at your fingertips. But as awesome as these companies are, they don't make me happy. What makes me happy, as Sweat and Sound was saying, are awesome things with my friends and family. Getting them together, however, looks more like this. Why can't you get people together in 2 taps? I'll tell you. The average plan takes 9 apps, 22 app switches, 77 swipes, 13 minutes on the phone, and 10 texts. And still, 40% of the time, those plans fail. Planning is the biggest unsolved problem in the social space. That's what we're working on. Whoa. So, there are 4 things that you need to get people to do to make plans happen. Everyone has to agree on who, what, where, and when. I'll show you how we're using this insight to make plans in 2 taps. Let's say you want to go for brunch. PlanSnap can suggest who's free, where to go that works for everyone, maybe even order you an Uber to get there. PlanSnap learns so that next time, all you have to do is say yes. We're really, really keen on the idea that planners get no recognition for the work that they do, but PlanSnap will acknowledge and reward that work. If your friends don't have the app, it doesn't matter, because you'll get a text with the plan, and you can just reply like a normal conversation. We're looking at integrations with email and Facebook Messenger at the minute. One second. So, I'm going to skip past this bit.
All of the investors in New York City are free for a beer tomorrow at your office.
That's a joke from an old presentation that should not have been in there. You still got to laugh, that's all right. Do you know who else wants to help you make plans? Brands. I've seen this huge trend towards experiential marketing in my first company. People aren't interested in banner advertising or TV anymore. They want experiences, and there's nothing out there that will help brands do that. So the first thing that we did was to take PlanSnap to an organization that represents all of the brewers in the UK. They became our first customer before we'd written a single line of code for the app. They're really excited because for the first time, they can get data on what people are planning. If PlanSnap knows where and when you're free, we're essentially your action graph. If Facebook is your friendship graph, Twitter is your interest graph, we are your action graph, and that's where stuff gets really exciting. We can charge users for premium features, but we're much more interested in the growing experiential marketing budgets and mobile advertising revenue, which is predicted to reach 158 billion by next year in the US alone. Our team is amazing, all ex-founders. Toby is so intelligent, our CTO, that he's patented an algorithm to control your heart rate via your breathing. SJ is our business development and operations manager, and she is the master of brand and celebrity partnerships. It's been a really, really fast journey for us over the last year. We've been part of Techstars, which is a business accelerator that some of you might know. We graduated there in February, released our beta into the App Store with Time Out Magazine as a content partner in April. And then for the last couple of months, backed by some of these organizations, we have been crowdfunding. And I'm delighted to tell you that we are now 126% overfunded with 3 days left. So anyone can invest from as little as £10, crowncube.com/plansnap. So, we will always crave human connection, and PlanSnap makes those connections happen. If you'd like to see the future of social planning, then come and see me afterwards. I'd love to talk to you.
Thank you, Louise. Any questions from the judges?
Yeah, really cool. Just a question on your revenue model. Like right now, it's kind of very campaign-driven. How are you looking at making this kind of a higher run rate model? So, what does this look like in T+3 from a revenue perspective?
So by the end of year 3, we're looking at 3.5 million in revenue from 6 different revenue streams. Initially, we're looking at brands because that's where we've had the strongest demand from currently, and that's where we've also got fantastic personal networks, also investors that can back us in this space. But over time, there are lots of different opportunities for us. The next thing we'll do is look at what we're calling planning as a service. So you can start a plan from anywhere. Maybe you see a new film recommendation on Time Out Magazine or a restaurant website that you really want to go to. You should be able to start your plan there in that booking process for that leisure retailer and end up with a plan via PlanSnap behind the scenes. So that's what we're doing with the funding round that we're raising, and that's our next revenue stream. But eventually, we've had huge interest from really big corporates like AB InBev, who are one of our investors. They have 200,000 employees around the world, and they're really interested in seeing if they can use PlanSnap to actually decrease employee churn, because teams that socialize together stay together. So we've got revenue streams like that kicking in from year 3.
I'm the co-founder, one of the co-founders of Yoppy. That's my business partner. We have many things in common. Not only do we share same business since 2015, but we're also from Sweden. We're quite young, driven, passionate, funny times to times. But we have one thing that truly, truly connects us as women, and that's menstruation. So pads and tampons is something that me, Nova, and the majority of the female consumers are using today while menstruating. They bring support, comfort, so we can continue with our daily lives. But lately, reports are showing that some of them are not that good for our bodies and our health. Did you know, for example, that a pad can contain the equivalent of 4 plastic bags? There are approximately 130 million women of menstrual age in Europe. We also know that 57% of the consumers are willing to pay a premium for a product that is labeled with a seal of cotton. And you wouldn't put something on your skin you wouldn't eat, right? So therefore, we made it our mission to provide women with 100% organic feminine care that are also biodegradable with the convenience of pick and mix. Our business model is very simple. We offer convenience. So the box will be delivered right through your mailbox every month or every second because our packaging will be letterbox friendly. It comes with great health benefits, which means our product only contains one ingredient, pure organic cotton, which makes it biodegradable, and no more chemicals or synthetic materials. So we give the woman the possibility to choose her own assortment, tell us her due date, and when she wants to get it delivered, which makes it 100% tailored after her own menstrual flow. And our brand is socially responsible. For every month that you use our product, we will give back a month of pads to a woman or girl in need. So we launched in 2016. We are today a small team, only female, but we have great plans. Our current focus now is to prepare for a full UK launch. We need to product develop, we need to optimize our online experience, but we have great vision and high goals. So by 2020, we want to become the most innovative and trusted organic feminine care that women can trust and rely on. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniela. Judges, any questions?
What makes you think that people will, pay for an organic menstruation solution rather than the big brands that are out there?
Because they probably don't know what the conventional brands are containing. So that's one step in our sales strategy, to start educating women and educating them about the benefits and the impact that actually chemicals and chlorine bleach. Because in the end, you wouldn't eat chlorine bleach, right? And you wouldn't eat synthetic materials. So we think it's just a matter of creating awareness and educating the consumer.
Hello, everyone. I know you were promised that the previous was the last, so please bear with me. My name is Connie Cha, and I am the founder of Tax Forward. And I started Tax Forward because I had a problem. I experienced it straight after coming out of drama school. So yeah, this is me. This is the glory days, so to speak. I'll tell you what wasn't so glorious. When I had to file my first tax return, I was woefully unprepared. I didn't know what information I needed. I was terrified of getting it wrong, and I had no money to pay for an accountant. And finally, I just really don't know who to turn to or what resources would be right for me. So fast forward 4 years, and my career actually took me into accountancy, would you believe? So I qualified as a chartered accountant with Deloitte, and I realized finally that tax didn't need to be so complicated. So that's the problem that we are solving at Tax Forward. So my friends dread January. This is one such person, Rachel. She gets in touch with me even though she has an accountant, and she asks me a whole raft of questions about what the hell her accountant is saying, you know? And she pays £600 for this individual. It's a very non-complex tax return, a bit of employment income, self-employment income. She rents out her property on Airbnb. And the average tax accountant costs £250. So we're talking about quite a lot of money for somebody who doesn't earn a great deal. So what is the UK personal tax market? What does it look like? It's worth 1.5 billion, that's just self-assessment alone. And there are 11.6 million self-assessors. That's 37% of the UK workforce having to go through this trial every single January. The market's growing because it's fueled by the gig economy, Deliveroo, Uber, I dare not insult your intelligence. Corporates are very often consulting with individuals as opposed to bringing them on as permanent hires. We've got platforms like Crowdcube and Free Trade that are revolutionizing the way in which you invest wealth and the way in which you trade and earn on the side, potentially. And then finally, Airbnb, unlocking income from your assets that are sort of idling, that little holiday cottage or even a room in your own home. And that's really exciting, except for when you have to file a tax return, and that all has implications. So what's amazing is that 70% of the market is represented by an agent, but less than 0.3% use technology. And because we have all of these platforms that are disrupting, established conventional methods, and yet there's nothing for tax. It's still stuck in the dark ages. You have to go and take all of your receipts in a shoebox to an accountant, and that's where Tax Forward comes in. So we want to do 3 things, and we think we're doing them really well. So first up, we're personalizing the tax return. And what does that mean? It means that our algorithms adapt the tax code to you. So we ask you a series of questions, and based on those questions and the answers, we get to fillet your tax return, point you in the direction of all the stuff that matters, and kind of shove everything else under the table because you don't need to worry about that. Secondly, we jargon bust, and we take the view that nobody comes to this with tax knowledge. Everyone has zero assumed knowledge, and every explanation we provide is coherent and in plain English. Finally, we get you to file direct to HMRC because we are a recognized commercial software partner of theirs, which means you don't need to then take all of that information and those calculations anywhere else to be able to have the independence to file your own tax return. And the me of 4 or 5 years ago is just jumping for joy at this point. So yeah, we have got global aspirations, but we're starting in the UK. Our traction to date is that we launched in January. We got 700 users onto the platform, 150 of those converted into paid customers. We've just raised a seed round, and our first close of our seed round, and we're still looking for investors if people are interested in this movement. We're making tax straightforward and stress-free, and we want to do it for everyone.
Thank you, Connie. Does the jury? Yeah.
How much does it cost? How much do I, for example, have to pay?
So the average revenue is just £40. So the cost of customer acquisition we know from our trial back in January, and what it means is that the average lifetime of a user when we move to a monthly subscription service means that we can, the cost of acquiring the customer is vastly lower. So yeah, £40, and we're moving to a monthly subscription model later in the year so people can track their expenditure and also understand exactly how much they owe, which was another huge pain point, and that sort of surprise tax bill at the end of the year.
That was awesome. So I'm Sam Wigan, and I am the other half of Beluga Bean with Renee, and we're just tremendously honored and excited by all 8 of the candidates this evening. I thought they were all really fantastic. Should we just give them a round of applause, because I thought that was awesome. Well done, guys. So we've got 10 minutes, and we just wanted to give you a little taste of the kind of thing that we do at Beluga Bean Launch, the kind of life hack side. So it's what we call the personal discovery. We put the business planning, the business savvy with the personal discovery that is running, launching, growing your own business. So I've got a life hack for you in the next few minutes. Would you guys be up for a little life hack? Yeah, good, a few thumbs up, excellent, okay, good. So earlier on today, we did a workshop, and we looked at the importance of really defining clear goals. So important, that's where we start with all our clients. Where do you want to be a year from now? What is that specifically? And then everything can be tailored toward achieving that. And we did a little process, and it was just interesting to notice how much difference it makes just in simply defining what do you want. What is my goal specifically, and put a time on it, and then that starts to create some energy and some clear purpose and direction. But I don't want you guys to wait any longer than right now to get what it is that you really want. So who here knows what a goal that they have in the coming year? Hand up if you know what you've got a goal for the coming year and you know what it is. Yes, so this lady with the stripes, can we get her a mic? Just bringing you the mic. Yes, no, she's got her hand up in the air. Thanks, Camille. Hi there, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Carrie.
Hi, Carrie, what's your goal?
I'm going to be creating a vision film that I can show with investors to present my idea.
Okay, so your goal is to create the vision film.
Yes.
And
with other producers.
So the goal is, and that's going to happen within the next year?
Yes.
Fantastic. So within the next year, you will have created that, and you will have had the buy-in from investors.
Exactly.
Is that right? That's a fantastic goal. Anyone else feel kind of the juice behind that goal? It feels audacious, but also attainable. Hang on to the mic. You still got the mic? Yeah? Don't take the mic away. So that's your goal. So let's imagine that you've accomplished that, okay? What's the inner experience that you're having accomplished that? So let's just imagine you've accomplished that. What are you feeling?
I think contented and just happy that it's come together and pleased with the end result.
So contented and happy. So would you say that the underlying driver, if you like, for that goal would be to have a greater feeling of happiness and contentment?
I think probably for me personally, but I think professionally it's to drive my project to the next phase.
For you personally, so the inner experience that you're after is a greater experience of happiness and contentment, right? Because you could achieve that goal. Let's imagine that you achieved that goal or another goal and you didn't experience any greater happiness or contentment. Would you be really thrilled about the goal?
Probably not.
Probably not, right? And that's happened. Like who's achieved a goal and then kind of still felt like, oh, I didn't really quite, yeah, great, yeah, we all recognize that, right? So what does that tell you? It tells you that the external goal that you're going for, which is great, I love the external goals, I love the stuff that we want to create, but it's not actually what we're really going for in terms of the inner experience. But we do know, if we think about it, what that inner experience is that we're really going for. And each of us will have our own, different goals represent different inner experiences. So thank you very much. That was awesome, a really good demonstration. Let's give her a round of applause. So the point here is to understand what is it that you really want, okay? Now, it's not to be exclusive of the external goal. We love the external goals. But what is it underlying that that's really driving you? Now, why would it be great to have that, to know that? Anyone got any ideas? Why would it be great to know what it is that's really driving you? See, this is why this is a good question. Yeah?
You need to know, is it because you need to know where you're going or what you want? You want to know the destination so then you can know how to get there?
Exactly. So, yeah. So if you know what it is that you want, you can start creating it. And the good news about those inner experiences is that you can actually have them right now. So that happiness and contentment, tell me your name again, I'm sorry. Kerry. So Kerry identified happiness and contentment. So Kerry, is there anything that you could do, say right now, or today, this evening, that would increase the level of happiness and contentment that you're experiencing in your life right now?
Yeah, I think just like having a glass of wine and hanging out with my friends.
Isn't that great? So that's available to her right now, okay? So when we identify what it is that we really want, the inner experience we're really going for, we can start to have it right now. And why is that important? Why is that good? Because from that place of greater happiness and contentment, of having a glass of wine with my friends and hanging out and really enjoying my life right now, enjoying who's in my life right now, I'm probably in a better place to go after that external goal that I'm wanting to achieve. And then here's the other good news, is that when I accomplish that external goal, when Kerry has created her movie and she's got her investors, she's going to be feeling an even richer experience because she's not dependent on that to give her the happiness and the contentment. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Well, I want you to try it out. Okay? So you're just going to be turning to the person next to you, all right? And you're going to be sharing with them a goal that you have in the coming year. One goal, simple goal, okay? An external thing that you're wanting to accomplish. And then you're going to share with the person next to you, what's the underlying driver behind that? If I accomplish that goal, what's the inner experience I'm going to have? And then I want you to come up with a way that you can have more of that right now. Are you up for it? Yeah? Okay, well, go for it. So just turn to the person next to you, be inquiring, ask the question, what's a goal that you're going to go for this year? You guys just turn to each other. What's a goal you're going to go for this year? It could be in relationships, it could be fitness, it could be business, Go for it, guys. Jump in. There's value here, I promise you. So just turn to the person behind you. What's one goal that you've got this year? Even stating what the goal is going to start to create some momentum with the goal. And you've got about, what, 2 minutes? Camille, how long have we got? Okay, great. So jump in and laser it. Okay, get that underlying experience. What's the underlying experience that you want from this goal? The inner experience. More excitement, more passion, peace, connection, a sense of accomplishment, feeling confident, feeling my self-worth. And then how can you accomplish that, have more of that right now? What could you do this evening to have more of that? Okay, so bring that to a close. Bring that to a close. We're going to bring the juries back on, or Renee back on in a moment. Thank you for playing with me for this very brief time. I hope you enjoyed that. And Camille.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming. It was very difficult for us to choose, although there was one, we all picked 4, and then we saw if there were any that matched up. And I just want to say thank you, all of you, for being here today, and best of luck on your ideas. But we all chose Daniela with Yuppie.
Well done.
Okay.
You want to say a few words?
Yeah, I just wanted to play it cool, like these girls, because they're so good, because all of you inspired me so much, and I want to become where you are today in a couple of years or in a year. But I'm actually listened to your talk already 3 times, because I met Beluga Bean 3 weeks ago, and then I saw that you can I really want to apply with so much money, and then I applied for this, and yes! Woo!